Have you ever looked at the stock market and just felt like everything is changing way too fast? It's like we just got used to saying the word FANG, Facebook, Amazon, Apple, Netflix, Google, and suddenly that feels like ancient history. Well, things are moving again. There is this new buzzword going around tech circles, and honestly, it's a little bit funny. They are calling it mangoes. I'm not kidding. So, what are we talking about here? It's Meta or Microsoft, Anthropic, Nvidia, Google, OpenAI, and SpaceX. That is quite the lineup, right? And here is the thing that's making investors go a little bit crazy. Half of these companies are reportedly heading to the public markets all at the same time. We are looking at a massive shift for 2026. Experts are calling this a total stress test. And honestly, it's going to be wild to watch. I've been catching up with some of the folks over at the equity podcast, Kirsten Korosek, Anthony Ha, and Sean O'Kane, and they are really digging into what this means. They're looking at how this wave of IPOs is going to mess with our heads when it comes to valuations and what we should even expect from tech companies these days. It's not just about flashy apps anymore. You've got heavy hitters like Jeff Bezos involved too. His company, Prometheus, just pulled in $12 billion. $12 billion. And what are they building? They're aiming for what they call an artificial general engineer for the physical world. It sounds like something straight out of a movie, doesn't it? It's kind of scary if you think about it, but also pretty incredible. But let's be real. It's not all sunshine and massive funding rounds. We've had some pretty serious wake-up calls recently. Take Microsoft, for example. Their open-source tools actually got hacked, and the goal was to steal passwords right out from under AI developers. That just makes you want to lock everything down, doesn't it? It's a harsh reminder that as much as we love the tech, the security side of things is still a massive headache. Then you look at Anthropic. They have this thing called Claude Fable 5, which is a version of their Mythos project that's open to the public. But even that has raised some eyebrows. Cybersecurity researchers have been pretty vocal about not being happy with the guardrails on it. It's like, how much control do we really have here? Are we moving too fast for our own good? I was reading about Teresa Loconsolo the other day, who's been an audio producer at TechCrunch since 2022. She's based over in New Jersey, and she's been right in the middle of covering all these shifts. It's wild to think about how much work goes on behind the scenes just to keep us informed about these massive companies. We see the headlines, but there's so much happening under the surface. And don't even get me started on Google. They are in the middle of this intense price competition for AI subscriptions. It's like the classic tech wars we used to see, but now it's all about who can get their AI into your pocket the fastest. It's aggressive. And frankly, it's a little exhausting to keep up with, right? Looking ahead to 2026, industry analysts expect this to be a defining moment for the market. If half of these mangoes companies actually hit the public markets at once, we might see a complete reevaluation of what a tech company is worth. It could be a golden era for some, but it might be a rocky road for the average investor. Everything is so tied up in these high-stakes valuations that any little hiccup could send things spinning. Will these companies hold up under the scrutiny of the public market? Maybe. They have the hype, they have the billions of dollars, but the public market is a different beast compared to the private venture capital world. Investors are going to want to see real numbers, real profit, and real security, not just cool demos. It makes you wonder about the companies that didn't make the cut for the acronym, too. Like Mach Industries or Shinkei Systems. Are they going to get lost in the shuffle while everyone is staring at OpenAI and SpaceX? The tech landscape is shifting so fast that the winners of today might be scrambling tomorrow. And let's talk about that artificial general engineer concept again. If Prometheus pulls that off, it changes the game for literally every industry that touches the physical world. Manufacturing, construction, robotics, it could all be turned upside down. It's the kind of thing that makes you feel both excited and nervous at the same time. You want to see the future happen, but you also hope someone is making sure the brakes work. I think the biggest takeaway here is that we're moving away from the era of move fast and break things into something that feels much more heavy and industrial. These companies aren't just building social networks anymore. They're building the infrastructure of the future. Whether that's good or bad, well, that's going to be the story of the next decade. It's honestly crazy to think back to how we used to look at tech companies. Now, you've got AI developers being targeted by hackers, massive corporations fighting over subscription pennies, and billionaires pouring $12 billion into robots. It's a lot to process. And when you look at that 2026 window, you realize we are just at the beginning of this transition. If you're someone who invests, or even if you're just a fan of tech like me, it's time to pay attention. The Mangos aren't just a catchy name. They represent a fundamental shift in how power and money are moving in the tech world. We're going to be talking about this for a long time. So, what do you think? Are we heading toward a massive innovation explosion, or is this whole bubble about to burst when these companies have to face the public market? It's such a toss-up. I'm definitely going to keep a close eye on those IPO filings. If you want to keep up with the latest updates on how the Mangos Group is faring, make sure you're following along with the developments in the market. There's going to be a lot of news coming out, and it's going to move fast. Hit that subscribe button if you want to stay in the loop, and let me know in the comments. Which of these companies are you most skeptical about? I'm really curious to hear what you guys think about the whole situation. Let's chat about it down below.